Good morning, Guardians. The Hedgehog Gamer here, and it is Tuesday, which means it's time for another Original Destiny Weekly Reset. Like I said, I'm going to be making these videos a little later, simply because I have, at least for the next couple of weeks, a little more time on Tuesday morning so I can make more content. I just uploaded a video of me soloing Challenge of the Elders. I've also been asked to show off the roles for the faction weapons, so I'll be doing that after this video. So this is just the general reset video. And like I said, I can give you the bosses for the Challenge of the Elders. And it is a precision bonus week, so I'm happy. Anyway, first off, let's start with Crucible. So in Crucible, we have Mayhem Clash, 6v6 deathmatch. I just like how it says the quote from Lord Shax is, "Enjoy yourselves, Guardians," because I like Mayhem Clash. I mean, though honestly, I still like Crucible more in Original Destiny than in Destiny 2. I just remember going into Crucible and just going nuts and not caring about the results. Except when you have a bounty or like a quest. Then it's different. I remember doing the quest with the hand cannon going absolutely nuts because it took me forever to get those 10 headshot kills with that horrible hand cannon in a single match. But eventually I did it. And I did it twice. I did it once on Xbox. I did it once on PlayStation. But Mayhem Clash to me is just insane, crazy ass fun. I used to pick Night Stalker and the bow where you had 3 shots, and I would shoot people with the bow and one-shot people with that bow when I got my super. So that was awesome. Anyway, so Mayhem Clash, again, it depends. You might be able to get people. I'm hoping more people are coming back to Destiny, you know, now that the season's been going on for a while in Destiny 2. And yeah, I've been playing the season in Destiny 2, but one of these days I'll make a video about why I'm kind of disappointed with Destiny 2 compared to Original Destiny, at least now. Anyway, you get a Treasure of Ages box and 10 legendary marks. Next, we have the weekly story playlist, which is something I miss in Destiny 2. I like the weekly story playlist, but then one of my constant complaints is I like the fact that you can just go back and play whatever mission you want. 'Cause sometimes you just want to go back and play original missions, and I miss that. I wish they would bring this back. I also remember, I don't know if many people remember at the beginning of Destiny 2, when you had the adventures you can play that were after you completed the campaign on the map. Now, they don't have that anymore. Anyway, weekly story playlist is the best way to grind legendary marks because you can get over 100 legendary marks, a week if you do the story playlist 5 times. So the first time you do it, you get a Treasure of Ages box and a minimum of 20 legendary marks. You could get up to 35 because they still have in the system the daily story mission, and that was 15. So if you happen to hit that one, you'll get the 20 for it being the weekly story playlist plus the extra 15 for it happening to be the daily story mission. So you could get over 100 legendary marks a week doing this. I just remind people, don't forget, you cannot carry more than 200 legendary marks. So once you reach 200, you need to spend them, or you just won't get them. Then once you hit 200, even if you earn legendary marks, you won't get any more. It's the same with Glimmer. Glimmer, you can only have 25,000. I'm at my max Glimmer. I usually buy heavy ammo synths. When I need to burn through Glimmer, I buy heavy ammo synths. My goal is 1,000, so I have 14 strange coins, and I'm working towards that. I want 1,000. Okay? Sorry. But I need them. They make me happy. Anyway, the weekly story playlist is Dark Champions. Honestly, this is my least favorite. It's just basically bosses. It's okay. I prefer doing the campaign ones, but these are bosses from the campaign, and they're like the Taken King bosses primarily, or earlier, so you get to beat like the Soul of Crota and stuff like that. So you have heroic. You always have heroic enemies appear in greater numbers and are more aggressive. Then you have light switch. Minions of the Darkness deal much more melee damage, which I remember was in Destiny 2 as well, and it was too powerful, and they had to, like, you could get one shot by a thrall, I believe, during like strike missions. I just remember that people were complaining about it in Destiny 2 and they had to nerf it because it was just way too powerful. And then you have specialists. Special weapon damage is favored, so that means the other weapon types are going to be doing less damage while specialist does more damage. I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun with fusion rifles in Destiny. Destiny 2, not as much. I don't know. I like fusion rifles in Destiny 2. To me, it feels like a good combination in Destiny 2. So, Dark Champions is the weekly story playlist. Like I said, bosses, Echo of Oryx, stuff like that. Then you have the weekly, the Siva Crisis Heroic. So these are the strikes, and you will get matched with people. I know there's a trick on PlayStation to not get matched, and that is to change the date on your PlayStation. But with Xbox, as long as there are people playing, and I've been matched every single time. It initially appears like I might not get matched, but sometimes you get matched from the start. Sometimes you get put in with another group, so you'll suddenly find like yourself partially through the strike and you're being added to a team that only has 2 people. And sometimes you'll start it by yourself and gradually people will join you. But I have not yet had to complete a strike by myself, which is what I want. I really want to be able to have that option open. And I have begged Bungie for years, and they still haven't done the ability to turn off matchmaking. Anyway, because I want to be able to do the strikes as a practice towards the Nightfall. You have Heroic. You always have Heroic. More enemies in greater numbers who are more aggressive because they're pissed off at you because you're doing it again. Then you have Void Burn. Void damage from any source is greatly increased, so equip those Void weapons. Then you have Exposure. Guardian shields are increased but do not replenish. This is why you're supposed to get Red Death. I told you to get Red Death. If you didn't get Red Death, it's on you. I told you. Every time Red Death comes up, I tell you to pick up Red Death. Red Death, right over here. Each kill heals you and speeds up reloads. So Red Death is a perfect weapon to use against Exposure, because Exposure does not replenish. Red Death will replenish it for you. So every kill will replenish your health. I said get Red Death. Did not. I said to get it. Then you have Catapult. Grenade recharge rate is greatly increased. So that's cool. So go for Void. Get Red Death. Throw grenades. And have fun. I like maybe it's just me. Let me know in the comments. I will remember to bring my phone this time. I didn't have my phone with me yesterday. I was sure I brought it. And I kept digging around in my backpack, and finally I'm like, no, actually I did forget it. Let me know in the comments below. Do you like the strikes in original Destiny or Destiny 2? Personally, me, I like the strikes more in original Destiny. I'm just annoyed that they brought Sepix Prime to Destiny 2 instead of Sepix Perfected, because that's them forgetting about Rise of Iron. Where's the Siva? Where's the Siva? Anyway, that's the strike playlist. Weekly. Then we have the weekly Nightfall. The weekly Nightfall is the one on the Dreadnought. It's the one with the brothers. Where is it? The Shield Brothers. This is the one that has the tank. Oy vey, that tank. And the Scions at the beginning that they shouldn't have match game, but they act like match game. Those things are a pain in the rear to kill. It's like you have to snipe them with Void. But you have the Scions at the beginning and the tank that can one-shot you. And then you have the flames, so you can't go. So it's like you have to go carefully between the flames if you want to get out of the way of the cannon of the tank. It's like, why do they have a sometimes this is why the Cabal like just overkill is totally a Cabal thing. But I still, anyway, it's the 2 Shield Brothers, the dude with the bubble, and it's the bouncy ball brothers. They bounce around. Yeah, and they want to blow up the Dreadnought. So yeah, Shield Brothers. Anyway, the modifiers for the Nightfall are Epic. Heavily shielded and highly aggressive enemies appear in greater numbers. You always get that for the Nightfall. Juggler. Somebody wants to hack something up. No ammo drops for your equipped weapon. This is a good and a bad. On the bad side, you have to rotate your weapons a lot. On the good, you will get more heavy ammo, because when you're using your primary weapon, you will not get primary ammo, so you will get more secondary and more heavy ammo. I have noticed when Juggler's in effect, I get more heavy ammo. Next, you have fresh troops. Always, some enemies squads have been fortified with additional reinforcements. So more Cabal. Just more Cabal. Then you have Catapult. Grenade recharge rate is greatly increased, which is great to use against Cabal with their real shields. Yeah, Dominus Gaul, I'm going to keep calling you out. Your Red Legion sucks. Your shields suck. The goddamn Grenier have better shields than the Red Legion. Yeah. I'm saying the Grenier, many of whom have like one-word vocabularies of like Clem, have better shields than you do. Yeah, Dominus Gaul, the Grenier. No. This pisses me off. And finally, exposure. Guardian shields are increased, but do not replenish. Like I said with the weekly story playlist, Red Death. Perfect weapon to use here. Red Death. The nice thing about the Nightfall in Original Destiny is your loadout is not locked. So you can like switch between Red Death and another weapon and go back to Red Death. And yes, there's no infinite primary ammo, but you can switch between them. So, exposure. So, Vanguard Nightfall. Reminder, do not forget to pick up the weekly bounties from Commander Zavala. He has 3 bounties for the Nightfall. They are weekly bounties. Do not forget them. There's the bounties at the bounty board, and then I don't think I have any Nightfall. I don't have any Nightfall bounties. They're like this bluish, purplish, lilac-y, I think it's the color. And 3 of them are with Commander Zavala. All right, that's the Nightfall. Next we have Challenge of the Elders, which, first off, see here, there's my card. This week's card. You pick up the card from Varix. You need to get 30,000 points in 1 run and 90,000 cumulative score. If you get 30,000, Varix will have a gun for you. So Varix is waiting for me to go and pick up my new gun. And then a 90,000 cumulative score will get you a piece of armor. And there's some pretty cool stuff. I don't think I have any of my Varix cloaks with me right now, but you could get some really cool armor from Varix. So 30,000, 90,000. You have Brawler or Guardian melee damage is greatly increased, which is great. I will tell you why. Then you have Precision Kill bonus, which is my jam. And then you have Grounded. Players take more damage while airborne. So the bosses are Pilot Servitor of a War-wrecked Fallen Ketch, aka Fallen. The second is Psylocke the Defiled, Thirsts for Your Light. That is Taken Hive. And the third is Cabal Strategist Val Araun, aka just Cabal. So the bosses are again Fallen, Taken Hive, and then Cabal. Cabal as in with the real shields, though thankfully Berserk is not in effect. Now, as I said, you have Brawler, Guardian melee damage is greatly increased, and Precision Kill bonus. What really helps with this is if you're a hunter, you go, again, I keep talking about this one, Knife Juggler. Precision Kills with Throwing Knife immediately resets its cooldown. That means if you keep getting Precision Kills, which is the bonus. So first off, your melee damage is greatly increased, so you will be able to one-shot enemies with your Throwing Knife. In fact, when I was doing it, I was actually one-shotting enemies that with my Throwing Knife that my hand cannon would not one-shot. So Brawler increases the melee damage, so you will be one-shotting enemies with your Throwing Knife. Then, because it is a precision kill, you will get the bonus points for the precision kill plus the points for the melee kill. Because a kill with the hunter, a precision kill with the hunter Throwing Knife is considered a precision kill and a melee kill. So you get the points for both. So while I got 30,000, keep in mind, my least favorite boss, Val Araun, was the one doing it. So at the end, I just rapidly, just crammed him full of rockets and beat him once I hit 30,000. I probably could have gotten much more if it wasn't Val Araun. In fact, my score without the decrease was like 41,000. You can see I did it without any deaths as well. So just keep that in mind. If you're playing as Hunter, this is a great thing to keep in mind. I hate Val Araun. Reminder, just those are Cabal with the real shields. So yeah. Also, just a reminder, Shanks, at least with the Hunter Throwing Knife, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can get precision kill with the floating Cabal, floating Fallen Shanks. So don't waste your Throwing Knife on the Shanks. Just shoot the Shanks. Use your throwing knife on the Vandals, who will be running at you. So make sure there's enough distance between them and you so you can get the throwing knife kill and not a melee kill. Sweet. All right, that's Challenge of the Elders. Finally, you have the weekly featured raid, which is Vossic Challenge, Axis Challenge. I recognize the symbols of Wrath of the Machine, but this is Wrath of the Machine, one of my favorite raids. One thing to let you know, don't have it, but I can pick it up from the Iron Temple. I have Outbreak Prime, so that means I can help other people to get Outbreak Prime as a hunter. Because when you get Outbreak Prime, you need one of each class. You need a Hunter, a Warlock, and a Titan. Well, if you need a Hunter to get Outbreak Prime, I do not remember how to do the binary codes. I barely remember how to do Wrath of the Machine. Especially, I can't remember the land tank, how you did the land tank. I do remember that at the beginning, you need 2 people doing the running with the spark and stuff like that. But Wrath of the Machine is probably one of my favorite raids. I actually really enjoyed Wrath of the Machine. Anyway, I will be doing another video about the roles for the weapons with the factions. This might help me get better at identifying god roles. So, you know what? Educate me, because I'm getting bored of just grinding for the same guns. And cool. So this is your weekly reset. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with other people, because I think I'm like one of your last sources on original Destiny content. I like this game better. At least I do. I know a lot of other people. I'm not a fan. Anyway, cool.